Welcome everyone, Backlash Part 2, and it's time. Let's get it started with some women's tag team action with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on the team of Becky Lynch and Lita, Last Kickers. Liv and Raquel won that #1 contenders match at WrestleMania to get this spot. It's been a respectful rivalry so far throughout the process for these two teams. We'll see who's going to retain, but it's going to be a fun one regardless to get part 2 of Backlash started. And here come the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions themselves, Becky Lynch and Lita, the Last Kickers. This is going to be a insanely fun match to begin the show. And boy, it's been a long time coming. We finally got some tag team action here on our hands, and we're so close, man. We're so close to getting the matches started here on Backlash Part 2, and thank you for joining. Thank you for the support on the last episode of Part 1 of the pay-per-view Backlash, and here we are, Part 2, man. So close to getting it started. Gotta get through these intros first, but of course, crowd is rocking, crowd is hot, ready to support both of these teams, perhaps. What it's all about right there, folks. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match and is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And their opponents, they are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Lita and Becky Lynch.
Here we go. Handing over the titles to our referee here tonight for our first match. Holding them up high. That's what it's all about, folks. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line in this tornado tag team match, as all tag team matches are here on Sensational Women's Wrestling. And here we go. Match is underway. The fast, frenetic action of tornado tag matches comes to a pay-per-view for the very first time under the Sensational Women's Wrestling banner. And Lita already taking men to roll out the ring, and that is going to spell trouble for her partner, Becky Lynch. But as Becky right now is being worked over by both Raquel and Liv for a moment, but Lita back in and quickly met by some clotheslines from Liv Morgan. These two teams, like I said in the intro here, a respectful rivalry so far. Nothing is really happening. Wait a second. Becky looking to put it away early here. And she's got Liv locked in a submission hold. And Liv is going to escape out of it, using some back elbows to get some space for her. And now Becky's flying over the top of the rope. She's going to come back in here. But Liv Morgan doing a good job of her own, holding her own against one of the legends on the women's side of wrestling for sure in WWE. Lita picking the leg, looking over, and look at Becky Lynch. My goodness. And now flying to Liv with a shoulder tackle. Great action to begin this one so far. You expect this though from a tornado tag match, and oh my, look at Raquel. Up and over goes Becky. Up and over goes Becky Lynch from Raquel. What a move there. As now a fight taken outside the ring between Liv and Becky. And look at Liv. Confidence showing there from Liv. Brushing dirt off her shoulder there, saying, look, we're going to come for these tag team titles, and we're not going to make it easy on you. And they sure haven't so far to begin the match. They really haven't. Making the team of Becky and Lita really work for it, and now everyone's outside the ring. Everyone's outside the ring, and as a reminder again, tornado tag rules, no DQ, no count out, none of that stuff. Anything goes under tornado tag rules. These girls can stay out there and fight all they want to, but it doesn't matter because the only way to win is getting a pinfall or submission inside the ring. So do your damage out here for sure. When it comes time to end the match though, you gotta do it in the ring. Gotta do it inside the ring. And there's no champion's advantage or anything like that. No kind of count outs, none of that stuff. Like I said, it very much becomes 2 no DQ single matches. And my goodness, you see the kick from Liv? That was a hard kick to the face, but Becky weathering it. And now a suplex from Lynch on the outside to Liv. That floor mat doesn't have a lot to give on it. And now Becky got Liv up back into the turnbuckle post. My goodness. That had to hurt. And now look at Raquel. Spine buster on the outside to Lita. My goodness. These two teams are really going at it. Now here comes Becky and Raquel going at each other. Becky taking Raquel down, and now looking to go over to our Spanish announce table over here and maybe, just maybe, try and put Raquel through it. Because again, perfectly legal here in this match. And Becky has Raquel in the ring and looking for the disarmer. Look at the disarmer. Becky's got it locked in. Center of the ring. You can't reach to the ropes here. You gotta crawl and get there. But Raquel not able to crawl away, and Liv able to break it up. Raquel may have been just moments away from tapping out. Was able to not do it though, thanks to her partner. Thanks to Morgan coming in and saving the day, and now cover from Liv, and Lita able to get in there in time before a count could even begin. And this is the toll this match takes on anybody. You saw both Becky and Raquel slow to get to their feet on the inside, outside, respectively. Oh my goodness. The huge boot from Raquel Rodriguez almost took Lynch's head off. And here's the double team now, ganging up on Raquel as Liv's on the outside just trying to catch a breath. But Lita saying, get down off the ropes. Catch your breath from the ground. How about that? As the double team inside the ring continues. Liv is not in any kind of hurry to get to the inside of the ring to have a partner on, and there's reverse twist of fate. On to Raquel, cover 1, 2, 3. That's gonna do it. The last kickers, Becky Lynch and Lita, retain the women's tag team championships after a really great match between these two teams. Great way to start the show. Start part 2 of the show, I should say, rather. There's more action coming up for you, folks. 2 more matches here in part 2. Only 5 on the card in total. And next up, we'll see Charlotte and Asuka in a #1 contenders match for the WWE Women's Championship. That's coming up next. We're going to get right into it, shall we? The #1 contender spot is on the line between Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Here comes the queen herself.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall making her way to the ring from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, always brash, always cocky, always confident in her abilities inside that ring, and she is determined to cement her spot as the #1 contender. The line starts behind her, she said in the lead up to Backlash. We'll see if that does hold true, in fact, because if she manages to beat Asuka tonight, the line does indeed start behind her. Got a tough opponent, though, to get through in Asuka. And you see the referee, of course, helping Charlotte into the ring, maybe with a little disdain on his end, perhaps. Look on his face like, really, Charlotte? You help you get in the ring? And you know how this goes. Look, Charlotte, always the pompous energy from the queen herself, and she likes to call herself. Tough opponent tonight, though. She has to go through Asuka. That's never easy for anybody to do. And these two have met before in WWE for the championship way back when in WrestleMania. And here she comes, making her way down to the ring, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
And from Osaka, Japan, Asuka.
One of the hardest hitting women in WWE in Sensational Women's Wrestling today. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, she's going to look to give it her all tonight to try to get that #1 contender spot. And we'll see who she's going to face, because later on, it'll be the WWE Women's Championship on the line. We're going to crown our first ever WWE Women's Champion between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. The Smackdown and Raw Women's Champions will unify their titles tonight to crown the first ever WWE Women's Champion in Sensational Women's Wrestling history. But before we get there, though, we'll see who's going to be next in line to face one of those two. Is it Charlotte or is it Asuka? We'll find out very, very soon. As we all know that, in the words of Asuka, no one's ready for Asuka. And here we go, #1 contender spot on the line, and woo, the kick, and then immediately reversed from Charlotte. These two have their share of history. Charlotte was one who actually beat Asuka and broke her undefeated streak all those WrestleManias ago, and I'm sure that's still kind of looming over both of these ladies, knowing that at one point in time, Charlotte got the better of Asuka. And there's a huge chop from Charlotte Flair. Those chops made famous by her dad, Ric Flair, and she is continuing the legacy of the stiff chops. But Asuka, able to give as good as she gets. Always one of the more prolific strikers in wrestling, and you see why there. A huge kick to the face of Charlotte. But Charlotte going back and forth with Asuka. This is what we expected coming into this one. I think everybody expected this when these two kind of started going at it a little bit later towards the end of the few weeks here. And look at Charlotte. Look at this. She's going for it early. Going to end it early. Figure 4. Hasn't bridged into the figure 8. But going to reverse the pressure is Asuka. And Charlotte's going to have to get out of it. No choice. No choice but to get out of it there. And look at Asuka firing back. Firing back there is Asuka, but Charlotte. Every time those chops connect, you're going to hear the woos from the fans. You're going to hear them. No way around it. Oh, spinning back elbow here from Asuka. And this is the danger that you face when you're going against Asuka. Any one of those strikes can put you out. But look at Charlotte bending the neck and back of Asuka. Back behind her. A neck and body is not supposed to bend like that. But Asuka able to escape. If Asuka can weather the storm from Charlotte and... Oh, hey! Look at that! That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a little bit of unorthodox offense from Asuka to get the upper hand on Charlotte tonight. This is not going to be an easy thing at all. Off the ropes. Ooh, miss timing it there, but it doesn't matter. Another back elbow from Asuka. Now feeling herself. Firing herself up here. Firing back with strikes of her own. Look at Asuka roll. Asuka is rolling now, and there's a hip attack out of the corner. Hip attack out of the corner. Into the covers, Asuka. Just the 1 count. You hear the winces of pain from the Queen. But like I said, Asuka's not making it easy at all on Charlotte, as expected, of course. Ooh, tried there to slow things down a little bit. And there's a jawbreaker from Asuka. You saw Charlotte try to slow the match down there a little bit. Asuka having none of it, keeping it at her pace. The pace she wants it to be. Going for a third back elbow, but Charlotte able to get out of the way in time. And there is a back elbow of her own from Charlotte. And they're exchanging them now. Look at this. The back elbow exchanges are out and everybody can get one here. Both players give one, and Asuka dodging a spear from Charlotte. We've seen her in the past set up for natural selection figure 8 with the spear. And there's a side slam from Charlotte into the cover here quickly. 1. Just a 1 count there. Now, Charlotte got a little bit too ahead of herself. Met with quick kicks from Asuka. With just a 1 count again. These two exchanging 1 counts. Haven't seen longer than a 1 count yet in the match. And you saw the slow kicks there from Asuka. And ooh, back and forth we go here. Exchanging. Are these two? Beautiful neck breaker there from Charlotte. Now setting Asuka up in the ropes here. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Charlotte now slowing the match down a little bit. Getting Asuka out of the ring. Giving him a minute to catch her breath. Smartly, if I may add. But now the count's going to come into play. And again, normal singles match. So countouts and that stuff will be in effect here. Unlike our previous one. And you saw that, right? You saw Charlotte say, "You're not Asuka. You're not good enough to beat me. The line starts behind me." Wrapping those long legs around the head and neck, upper body there of Asuka. That's where Charlotte has the advantage. She has the long limbs. Her height gives her longer limbs, which gives her more reach. A lot of situations, and this beautiful side effect slam there from Charlotte, but Asuka smartly rolling out of the ring and now making Charlotte pay for coming out to get her. Tossing her around, strikes from the Empress of Tomorrow. Basking in her handiwork here is Asuka. And here are more strikes from Asuka. Uh-oh. The Empress combination connects. All 4 of them flush. As it counts at 5, got to get back in the ring here now, ladies. Instead of getting her back in the ring, Asuka is maybe here. We're going to take a count of, but now she's going to try to come outside and met with some slaps from Charlotte. Maybe a part of her plan, perhaps, though. Getting her to lull her into a false sense of security. And now Charlotte flying! High risk, no reward. As Asuka gets out of the way, and once again, dodging that very last kick. But now Asuka firing back with strikes of her own. Charlotte out like a light with that last one. Hit the ground like a sack of potatoes there, and here's some more elbows from Asuka, and here we go. You see it, the hip attack from Asuka. And now, maybe looking to put her away. Here we go, Asuka lock. The Asuka lock is in, but Charlotte quickly able to get out of it. We don't see that too often. People escaping the Asuka lock with such quickness. But Charlotte, smart, scouting her opponent, well scouted again. The history between these two is immense. And Charlotte able to quickly react in time, and there's one's going to get you in trouble there, perhaps, Charlotte. The disrespectful slap, and then the slamming of the head on the mat with Asuka after a dropkick cover. Our first 2 count, and Asuka cannot believe it. You gotta do more than that, though. Dropkick there is not gonna be enough to put Charlotte away in this one. There is another. Those huge slams, and now Charlotte got that figure 4 now, bridging into the figure 8. Figure 8 is applied in the middle of the ring. Asuka flailing around desperately, trying to get out of the hold here. Not able to crawl to the ropes at all either. Charlotte's got everything locked in really tight. Asuka's legs gotta be in some serious pain, but she's able to escape out of it anyway. My goodness. Crisis averted. Charlotte may have had this thing locked up here, but Asuka able to show some heart of her own. Both these women, tremendous heart. Tremendous heart. Putting that #1 contender spot on the line. What it's all about. To try to be the one to face either Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley. We'll see what's going to be later on in the show, but right now, these two are giving it everything they have, as there's Asuka into the steel steps. As the count from the referee hits 4 now, and Asuka still laid out on the outside. Uh-oh. Charlotte going to the top rope, begging Asuka to get to her feet. What's this? She's gonna fly, and overshooting Asuka. She overshot Asuka, but it doesn't matter. Asuka was still dazed on the outside. She got lucky that did not cause more serious damage to her. That'd put most people out for a little bit, but not Charlotte. And hey, Asuka, wait a minute, the reversals back and forth. Asuka got out of it. Flair got out of it too on her end, and man, what a fun match this has been. Very competitive back and forth match between these two ladies. And there's those double knees to the chest of Asuka. Count is at 7. Well, 6. Now 7. There's Asuka back in the Charlotte back in the ring, and Asuka on the outside, dazed and confused here. Trying to get back, and counts at 9. Asuka back in the ring. She gets back in, and oh boy, that tarantula hold lock that you saw Charlotte trying to taunt earlier, and now Charlotte taps out. This is it. Asuka is the winner, and she is the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship. Coming out of Backlash, Charlotte falls short as Asuka gets it done. And here you see these two, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, championship matches coming up next. We'll see who's going to take home that title and become the first ever WWE Women's Champion in the Sensational Women's Wrestling era.
Extreme Rules match. And is for the WWE Women's Championship. Making her way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. This has been a intense rivalry from the start of the Sensational Women's Wrestling era. Began back 4 weeks ago. We'll get into more storytelling here in a minute, but just know this has been intense from the get-go. Bianca coming in as the Raw Women's Champion. And here comes Mommy herself, the Smackdown Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley is here. And it's time to find out, almost time anyway, who's coming on top. As Rhea Ripley's here.
Representing the Judgment Day from Adelaide, Australia,
Rhea Ripley entering as the Smackdown Women's Champion. You saw both ladies not coming out with those belts tonight. Made the decision, management did, to not have those come out with the ladies here because, like I said, we're going to crown our first ever WWE Women's Champion. The titles are being unified tonight in this final matchup, the main event of Backlash. As it should be, right? For the highest prize in women's wrestling, the WWE Women's Championship is on the line. We're going to see who's become our first ever of the new era here in WWE in the Sensational Women's Wrestling era. There it is, folks. That prestigious WWE Women's Championship is on the line. Referee holding it up high in the air for all to see. That's what we're fighting for. Who's going to walk out of here? Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley? We'll find out very, very soon as the match begins. An Extreme Rules match, and quickly Belair taking Ripley down with the spear. To be expected. This, like I said, an intense rivalry between these two. Multiple sneak attacks back and forth from each other. The promo battles have been intense as well. Neither wasting any time putting their mark on this match. Bianca, though, here early with the offense momentum, but here's Rhea firing back with some of her own. I don't think it'll take long for weapons to come into play here in this one. Again, this is an Extreme Rules match. After the action over the last few weeks, is Rhea's trying to go for a weapon, but Bianca not having any of it for the time being. All of the actions over the past few weeks. And then the sneak attack from Rhea with a sledgehammer, no less. Really caused General Manager Stacy Keibler to make that decision to make this an Extreme Rules match. I think that was the right call. You can't have all of the sneak attacks, all of the intensity that this rivalry's had, and not bring some sort of variable into it. Bianca gets sent unceremoniously right back outside to the floor to a huge clothesline from Rhea Ripley. And Bianca looking under the ring, and she bringing a ladder out into the equation. We saw ladders involved back in part 1 of Backlash a few weeks ago, and now look at Rhea setting up Bianca on the rope here, and wait a second, the ladder's in the way. The ladder's in the way. Oh my goodness, so close to hitting face first on the ladder. Luckily not able to, and only a 2 count, but wow. Disaster avoided there if you're Bianca Belair. You almost landed face first on that ladder in the middle of the ring. Dodging a bullet there, or dodging a ladder, I guess. That was huge. That was her from Bianca. 1. Just a 1 count. Ripley powering out at 1. 2 of the more powerful women, I should also add, in WWE, and kendo stick from Bianca. We saw Rhea use one of those as well. Rhea using any advantage she could to get to this point. Kendo sticks, sledgehammers. Yeah, I think that's from behind. Whatever it was, she was going to use it to get an advantage here. And look at the offense that Rhea Ripley is displaying here. But Bianca gonna give some back to her as well. Back and forth contest here, as expected, of course. Again, this is all for the WWE Women's Champion, and there's a spear from Rhea. And look at the laugh, the maniacal laugh of Rhea Ripley. But Bianca, you're not gonna laugh in my face like that. I'm standing right here. I'm standing right here, and there's the power of Ripley. Picking Belair up, slamming her into the ring post, and now look at Bianca in a precarious position here as Rhea ends her backwards onto the mat. You see the transition from the side into the suplex carry? My goodness, what power. And that's gonna be one of the huge differences in this match. Both these ladies, tremendous power. Who gives their advantage on? And now here comes a table coming involved. Uh-oh. Table now coming into play. We got a kendo stick, we got a ladder, we got a table. And be careful, that table is there. Okay, avoiding the table. Thought we were going to see a power bomb onto the table, but not that. Cover here. Just a 1 count. You saw Rhea get a 2 count earlier. Bianca's yet to get a 2 count of her own, and look at the reversal there from Rhea. Well, here we go. Bianca setting Rhea up on the ropes. Sends her off him now. Duck under. Whoa, not able to take advantage of it though. Those are the kinds of things that if you want to get some sort of advantage in the match, you're going to have to take advantage of those moments like that. And not able to do it there, but here, Bianca, as Rhea's legs and knees hit that ladder, the steel of that ladder hard. And that has to hurt. But Rhea escapes, and now bring out a sledgehammer. Oh my goodness. Right into the chest of Bianca Belair, and now to her legs as well. Oh my goodness, the shots with a spear. A spear from Bianca. And she has a sledgehammer in her hands now. Giving it right back to Rhea. This is what you expected to see. from an Extreme Rules match, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. And that abdominal stretch here from Ripley. You saw earlier, this is smart. Slow down the match some, but Bianca able to escape. And there it is, able to fully escape now as well. Huge clothesline from Belair. And she's gonna take a minute to go to the crowd here. But here comes Rhea. Got her up. Face first and down. Into the cover. Split championship. 1, 2. No. Only a 2 count. Rhea Ripley was so very close to capturing the WWE Women's Championship, but not able to do it quite yet there. But the sledgehammer again from Rhea. The shots. And there once again the spear from Bianca, knocking that sledgehammer out of Ripley's grasp. Back and forth we go, as Rhea's chin and face almost hit the top of the Spanish announce table there. Barely avoiding it. Maybe definitely got lucky there. That maybe could result in something serious there. Luckily for Ripley though, avoiding crisis there in that regard and staying in this one. But Bianca on a bit of a roll here offensively. Crowd's getting into it. Crowd is letting Bianca hear it. They definitely want her to come out on top here in this one. And you see the power from Bianca Belair there on display. These women are now outside here, and again, no countouts. Anything like that here in this one. Gotta get your pinfall submission though in the ring. Do your damage out here, sure, that's great. But you gotta get it done when it counts inside that ring. If they go for the sledgehammer, but Bianca once again knocking it out of her hands. And here's Belair firing herself up. Getting back in this one. She's taking a bit of offense lately from Rhea, but she's giving it back to her. And then some. Rhea dodging out of the way. Look at her, she did. Two-handed choke slam onto the kendo stick. And now Rhea with the sledgehammer. Bashing Bianca with it. Over and over, avoiding it in a big boot from Ripley. Sledgehammer again from Ripley. Continuing to hammer away. Pun intended fully there. Bianca Belair is in serious trouble as the sledgehammer shots from Ripley continue to hit home. And now Rhea with a bit of a taunt there, continuing to bash Belair with those sledgehammer shots. Might be a matter of time here, folks. It might only be a matter of time. Multiple sledgehammer shots from Bianca, or from Rhea, and now Rhea's got her up. Riptide there connects for the championship. 1, 2. No! Are you kidding me? Women's wrestling chants indeed. Yes, get those chants out. How in the world did Bianca Belair kick out of that after multiple sledgehammer shots from Rhea Ripley? Bianca Belair somehow managed to kick out and stay in this match. And Bianca now lateral press, suplex slam down. And Bianca with the bat in her hands. Not able to use it though. Ripley coming back with a boot of her own. Knocking it out of her hands. But the fight for the Women's Championship is intense. And here, look at this. Turnabout's fair play here. Little abdominal stretch from Bianca. Rhea trying to reach for the ropes. Grasping for it. Not going to matter in this match, but she doesn't need to. And she's able to get out of it here. As Rhea, while Bianca stunned there on the outside. And now a chair here from Ripley. Ooh. Bianca able to dodge the chair shots for the moment here anyway. And oh, and look at that. Bianca slamming the back of Rhea Ripley onto the chair. And maybe a little bit of that ladder too. As Bianca really hyped about that offense there. But Rhea Ripley coming back with the shot of her own. But it doesn't really matter. Is now looking to maybe set the chair perhaps. So wait a minute, no. Second thoughts, and there's another tackle from Belair. This match has been everything we thought it would be, and then some, folks. A phenomenal main event to crown our first ever WWE Women's Champion. Hope you're enjoying it so far. This is the main event of our Backlash PLE. Thank you for joining so far. And Bianca had the bat in her hands, but had to back away and drop it as Rhea rolled away. And here we go again. That dang sledgehammer from Rhea Ripley. She's used that multiple times throughout this rivalry to get in upper hand. And now fighting over it here. Belair has it. She's going to give it right back to Rhea Ripley. All the times she's used it on her. Trying desperately to get an advantage here. Was Bianca there in that moment. She had it for a little bit. But now Rhea with the bat in her hands. Bianca again takes it out of her hand with the spear. And Belair with the backbreaker on the outside. Ooh, but a quick kick from Ripley. And a quick kick in return from Belair. Back and forth these two go. You gotta think the end is nearing, right? How much more can these two put each other through? Oh my goodness, what a huge moment this is for Belair. Now here we go. Here we go. Bianca Belair giving it right back to Rhea Ripley. In those the bat shots into the chest of Rhea. For all the pain, all the hurt that Ripley has put Belair through these past 4 weeks. We get the Backlash, and now these two going at it. Belair giving it to Rhea over and over and over again. Not letting her forget. Not letting her forget about all the things she's put her through over these last 4 weeks to get to this point, to get to this Extreme Rules match here in Backlash. Bianca now gonna go to the top rope. Gonna fly off perhaps. Looking to fly. She does. No one home. Nobody home. Ripley getting out of the way at the very last moment. And she has the bat in her hands once again. That maybe was the last gasp from Bianca Belair in this match as Rhea Ripley lays in the bat shots of her own to Belair. And oh my goodness, down hard. But they're still managing to fight back and forth. And onto the table. Onto that table. Belair. 1, 2, no. We almost saw the champion be crowned there. It was almost Bianca Belair. But Rhea Ripley said no as a spine buster from Belair. And now here she comes. Split leg. Split-legged splash from Belair. And now she's got that sledgehammer in her hands. Begging Rhea to get to her feet. She does, but Rhea sends her back outside. Rhea, back and forth thoughts she's having about that sledgehammer. And I don't need it. Maybe she does. You saw the look in her eye, the glint of mischievousness in her eye. And the fight over it. Belair has it, and oh! But Rhea able to take it out of her, and now here comes Belair. Firing up multiple clotheslines from Belair. Potential champion here. On the line. As the table is now in Belair's hands, she's yelling at Rhea, come on out the corner. Come on out of the corner. And she does, and makes her pay for it. Now Belair smartly putting that table in the corner. Maybe we'll see it come into play here. It's in the corner. Monty setting up for it. Ripley sledgehammer in hand and using it again on Bianca Belair. When is enough gonna be enough, ladies? You're putting your bodies through absolute hell. And a spear from Bianca. I'm starting to lose my voice at how good this is. A headbutt from Rhea Ripley. I'm starting to lose my voice from how good this has been. Back and forth. All the way through this has been. Rhea got her up. Dropping her on her face. Into the cover. For the championship. 1, 2, 3. There it is. We have our first ever WWE Women's Champion. And it is the Eradicator, Mommy Rhea Ripley. Thank you everyone for joining us here on Backlash. It was a pleasure. We'll see you in the aftermath of it very, very soon. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next video.